Have you ever wondered what would happen if the future didn't, creep up on us slowly? What if it just arrived all at once? Well, today we're going to explore a single day where that's exactly what happened. A day that literally changed everything. So I want you to remember this date, March 16th, 2026. Seems like just another day, right? An ordinary Tuesday. But on this day, count 'em, six monumental breakthroughs all happened at the same time. It's like someone hit the reset button on reality itself. Yeah, what if the future arrived all at once? That is the core question we're looking at here. We're not talking about just one cool new invention. We're talking about a chain reaction, a cascade, where computing, AI, energy, and robotics all took a quantum leap forward on the same exact day. So let's break down how this incredible cascade even began. Okay, first up, hardware. Because, every single revolution, it always starts with the fundamental building blocks. In this case, light and power. For years and years, we've been pushing silicon to its absolute limit, but we've run into a very real physical wall, a wall of heat. See, the processors that run our most powerful AI models, they generate so much heat that our data centers have basically become giant blast furnaces, burning just incredible amounts of energy simply to keep themselves from melting down. And then Intel unveiled Lumina. Now, you gotta understand, this isn't just a faster chip. Not even close. It's a completely new architecture. Instead of pushing electrons through copper, which creates all that friction and heat, Lumina moves data using photons, actual particles of light. And the jump in performance is, well, it's staggering. Just look at the scale of this leap. We go from extremely high heat generation to near zero. From bandwidth measured in gigabits to multiple terabits. And latency, it drops from microseconds all the way down to nanoseconds. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a complete paradigm shift. As one analyst from Tekin Garage put it, and I just love this quote, "The future matrix will be compiled with light. The very code of our future is no longer being written with electricity, but with pure light." So, okay, we have this incredible new processing power. But what's going to feed it? What's going to power this new matrix? Well, on that very same day, we saw an equally huge breakthrough in how we store energy. Toyota and Panasonic announced that they'd finally achieved mass production of solid-state batteries. Now, the crucial innovation here is that they replaced the flammable, unstable liquid that's inside traditional batteries with a completely stable, solid material. So what does this mean in the real world? It means an electric vehicle with a range of over 1,000 kilometers. On a single charge, the energy density is 2.5 times greater than anything that came before it. Just incredible. And with this, the whole idea of range anxiety just vanishes. A charge from 10 to 80% takes less than 5 minutes. That's about the same time it takes you to fill a car with gas. It was basically game over for the internal combustion engine. So, with our hardware completely rebooted by light and power, the stage was now set for the next revolution, this time in software. Think about it. For about 40 years, ever since 1984, we've lived in a world of icons and apps. We, the humans, have been forced to learn the machine's language. We have to know where to click, what app to open, how to navigate its logic. But on March 16th, OpenAI revealed OS1. And get this, it's the first intent-based operating system with no apps at all. The entire OS is just a massive AI model. You don't tell it what to open, you just tell it what you want. So, for example, instead of opening 4 different apps to plan a vacation, you just state your goal, book a weekend trip to Dubai. The OS then just goes and does it. It contacts the airline, the hotel, and the bank APIs all by itself. Then it generates a little temporary micro UI just to show you the ticket. You confirm, and poof, that UI is destroyed. It never existed as a permanent app. This is such a fundamental change in how we relate to technology. We're no longer operating tools. We're just stating our goals. And the machine becomes this kind of cybernetic partner that just executes our intent. And that very same day, we saw how this exact same AI-driven, goal-oriented approach was about to completely transform the world of entertainment and gaming. So leaked specs for the PlayStation 6 revealed a massive, dedicated AI chip, a 100 T-flop neural processing unit, and its job? To run something called neural physics. Instead of painstakingly calculating the physics of every collapsing building or every ripple in the water, the AI just predicts it. in real time. This creates hyper-realistic, fully destructible worlds with almost no performance cost. It's just mind-blowing. Now, these incredible new powers in hardware and software, they didn't just stay in the digital world. They immediately started to reshape physical reality itself, from the factory floor all the way to the global communications grid. Over at a BMW plant in Germany, the first army of Figure 03 humanoid robots was deployed. Now, these are not the dumb, blind robotic arms of the past that just repeat one motion over and over. These things operate on advanced AI models. They can actually see the world, understand natural language commands, and, this is the key, they can adapt to real-world chaos. And this is what enables the so-called dark factory, a facility that can run 24/7, 365 with no lights, no heat, no air conditioning. Why? Because the workers are silicon-based. And as one report starkly put it, in this new model, the human worker is now viewed as an economic bug. A pretty chilling thought. And finally, as if all that wasn't enough for one day, Starlink announced it had cracked the code for streaming 1 gigabit per second internet directly to any standard 5G smartphone. They used AI on board the satellites to solve the incredibly complex Doppler shift problem, which effectively turned their satellites into cell towers in space. And just like that, it was the end of dead zones, forever. So let's just take a breath and recap. On a single Tuesday, computing shifted from electrons to light. Batteries became almost infinite. Software began to read our minds. Robots took over the factory floor. And the internet became truly, truly global. You know, one of the sources we analyzed for this explainer put the stakes in terrifyingly clear terms. We must keep pace with the processing speed of the matrix code, or we will become obsolete hardware. Think about that. Technology is no longer a tool we just wield. We are now a part of its operating system. And we face a choice: adapt at the speed of light or become obsolete. Which leaves all of us with one final, critical question. In a world where machines can think, act, and build with this kind of speed and autonomy, what is our purpose? In this new matrix, what is our role?